Happy New Year, everyone.
Oh, yes, Deborah is back in the building. Okay, Deborah is back in the building. Deborah is back in the building. We talked about her in our recap from earlier today because she made a little drive-by appearance on the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, Miss Deborah Williams is a friend of Ashley Darby's who alleges that Chris Bassett, Candiace Dillard Bassett's husband, was making eyes at her and coming on to her allegedly, although the cameras never showed him doing so. Okay, so last night on Watch What Happens Live, your girl Candiace Dillard Bassett was the guest. Okay, Candiace Dillard Bassett was the guest, and of course, a viewer asked Candiace, has Deborah reached out to you to apologize after the episode aired showing Chris did not flirt with her? And Candiace responded, she wouldn't dare. She would get eaten for breakfast. Now, I saw this on our friends over at the Urban Bell Mag, and they tagged the Peach Report as the source. So this clip was obviously making the rounds. And I guess Miss Deborah got wind of it because Miss Deborah posted the clip on her Instagram as well. So this is what Miss Deborah had to say. She actually tags Candiace and says, be sure to keep this same energy when you see me in person, which will be soon. You and Chris Bassett both wish y'all could eat this cookie monster realness. Hashtag breakfast is served. Okay, now she's saying, Candiace, you got served. You got served. You got served. That's what she's saying, okay? Yo, how we get a cookie lady on Atlanta and a cookie monster down to the Potomac? I said this earlier in my review. I'm just shocked at the irony. However, let's discuss. All right. So I guess what Miss Deborah is implying is like, okay, you say all this stuff, on the television, but will you say it to my face? Okay. And here's the thing about, the DMV area and Potomac and DC in general. It is highly likely that Candiace could potentially run into Miss Deborah because obviously Miss Deborah is friends with Ashley Darby. However, I don't know if Ashley will be bringing Miss Deborah around to any more events, especially any events that are filming. But I want to know from y'all, listen, do you really think that Miss Deborah would roll up on Candiace? And what do you think about her, calling out her and Chris Bassett? Like, she tagged them both. Now, see, I'm gonna let y'all know. I feel like when you tag the person, like, you got some cojones. You know what I'm saying? You got some cojones behind it, So I'm feeling like Miss Deborah is getting a little froggy, and I'm interested to see like where it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, Potomac, I talked to y'all earlier about how I felt about Potomac and how I was just simply tired. And some people felt like, oh, you know what? It was fine for Karen to talk about the Sing and the hot box. But now all of a sudden, everybody upset about the things that they were saying about her. And for me, it's really the culmination of everything that we have seen this season, as well as previous seasons. And I was just reflecting on how when this group of ladies first got together, they was really arguing about social etiquette and social graces. And somehow it has turned into, everybody just say whatever you want to say about anybody, and then ain't no receipts to prove it. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of feel like, yeah, I'm a little bit tired and worn out of all the crazy accusations. It's gotten to the point now where you are basically accusing a lady of being a lady of the night, a street walker, a street worker, or whatever you want to call it. And I think I'm just at the point now where I'm just kind of like, maybe it's just the end of the season. And y'all know how we get sometimes in that home stretch. Anyway, I say all that to say, Karen Hugo had some stuff to say on the good Twitter as well regarding the episodes. She says this, and she really gets into it. She says, trying to influence the narrative by spinning false truth to achieve your wanted and desired outcomes never succeeds. Foolish plots. Then she says, folk quick to call it my plan nice out of fear of being revealed when they know I'm the one who can do the revealing. Oh, my bad. That's season 8. Hashtag Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, here is where I go into my diatribe about being tired, because my thought is like, when we talk about like, if everybody's going low, how low can you go? Go low to the flow. Reach down underneath. Get down underboard. Okay, so if everybody's going reaching and scraping down towards the bottom, okay, then we're not surprised anymore by anything that comes out. No revelation becomes shocking anymore because y'all have already thrown out all types of revelations or accusations that just feels to me like out of this world. Like, and at this point, I don't even know if the audience takes people seriously now when an accusation pops up. We kind of all just laugh and move on, because otherwise, really, for real, if it was any seriousness with regards to any of these things, somebody might be suing or something like that. I don't know. Now, I know it's a little thing where you can't sue castmates and whatnot. But anyway, I digress. Speaking of other shows and whether or not these ladies will go down into the bottom, let's talk about Basketball Wives. Now, I'm pulling this from our friends over at Jay's Reality Blog because we do get a little bit of tea about Basketball Wives. We got the episode description for episode 14 of season 10. So, we talked about that season 10A, 10B, and my belief that basically these seasons, when they be broken up like that, I be feeling like the network be like, oh, you know what? We're going to get 2 seasons out of y'all, but we're going to call it season 10A and 10B. And therefore, we don't have to give y'all that season jump in pay because now we getting all the work for the same amount of money. Okay, we ain't paying no more expenses. We're not giving nobody no salary bumps because technically this is the same season and we'll just show it in a different year. That's what I think. Anyway, we got the episode description for those of you guys who are interested. It says, after a shocking discovery, Brooke finds her marriage in crisis. Jennifer takes a bold leap forward in her relationship with Jelani, and Malaysia takes small steps returning to the sisterhood. Jackie feels offended when British calls out her meddling. My wonder is like, okay, are we just picking up from where we had just left off? Like, but we had to wait all of these months to get here. Like, to me, I feel like, I don't know. Is we going to get a time jump? Like, what's going to happen? Like, I don't know. It frustrates me a little bit, but I'm going to be watching anyway. But it still frustrates me just a wee bit, because I feel like most of this stuff that happened is aged. It's old. And so when you do this 10A and you do this 10B, y'all need to be filming. Like, it needs to be like that you just filmed it yesterday. Okay, for real. Because by the time you get to 10B, it's been a year and a half since all of that stuff happened. And these people are in completely different points in their lives. So by the time we get to a reunion, we are talking about stuff that happened 2 years ago. Okay, 2 years ago. So it's frustrating to me. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Are you excited about Basketball Wives? Despite my complaints, I'm still excited. I'm still going to watch. I'm still going to recap. And so even if you don't like the show, you can still catch the recaps on Tuesdays, okay? Y'all, I'm hoarse. So let me go rest my weary vocals and prepare for tomorrow's videos. All right, I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.